tell you how much I love that Champions League anthem. Welcome back to the SportsMax Zone. We continue talking football. Match day 5 of the UEFA Champions League group stage got underway on Tuesday, and it saw 8 fixtures being contested. In Group G at Etihad Stadium in England, defending champions Manchester City hosted RB Leipzig. Both teams already qualified for the knockout stage were playing for group honours. Let's see how this one unfolded.
Svish long towards Openda, who'll chase on and reach, and there's no flag here. Openda in! The goalkeeper, Openda here, looks onside on first viewing, gave Akanji the slip, and then work to do, which he does. Up against Realm. Now Xavi. Openda, he's away again here. Will lightning strike twice in the first half. Openda in on goal! Remarkable! Again here, that quick breakaway, the rapid transition. Openda away from Ruben Dias. And here the acceleration, so much ground to go into, and he took his time, and that... Here is Foden on the chase here, Erling Haaland! And they have one back tonight. Foden through and Haaland in that kind of position, only one outcome. Typical. Vardiol, oh Foden, lovely feed, marvellous goal. Vardiol's pass and Foden's touch here was delicious of Doku. Like Vardiol. Tonight at least, laying the ghosts of last March to rest, but they still might be on the losing side, and this is for why. Made by Foden, and Julian Alvarez there to plunder a potential match-winning and group-winning goal for the champions, Manchester City. They were 2-0 down. Now they are 3-2 leaders. The stuff, the quality of champions. It's David Raum's corner. Up goes Simakon. City clear. More up than away though, really. Here is Doku beneath it. Well, City are Group G's winners. It took a stellar second half to do so tonight. They were 2-0 down to Marco Rosa's lane.
All right, so Manchester City getting the job done and topping their group, as well as RB Leipzig lands getting through to the round of 16. So what a performance today. As I said at the top of the show, Manchester City had to fight. But I think, and you and I was speaking about this off air, the thing about a Manchester City team is you can't rule them out until the entire match is over, because the team has proven time and time again that even despite being down, they have the mentality, they have the players, and they have the capacity to get themselves over the line. And that's exactly what Phil Foden was able to do today. He stepped up. And the thing about this team is they have different players stepping up at different times.
Yeah, a game to me that had a couple of things on show today. One, I thought because Man City, well, Leipzig had already known that they had qualified as well. So there was a certain relaxation, I thought, in the first half an hour from this Man City team. And Openda, the Belgian 23-year-old, getting 2 good goals. There were two solid goals by the 23-year-old. And after half an hour, the RB Leipzig team had been in front by 2-0. And I think that woke the Manchester City team up, and in the second half we saw them change gears, and Foden with a goal and 2 assists and 3 unanswered goals by Manchester City, getting them the victory that they were expected to get. But I just thought that in the first half they may have been a little bit too composed mentally going into the game, knowing that for them, you know, their job for the group had already been done. And Foden again, a couple of years ago when he was not getting a lot of playing time for Man City. That to me was an illustration of how strong Manchester City's team was and the depth of the team, because Foden, for several years now, for me, is a world-class player. And he was brilliant today, and was player of the match in most reviews for the game. I don't think there's anyone watching the game who felt that he wasn't the man of the match. But you know, the build-up, the passing quality of this team, and he has these exquisite passes, Foden, and his ability to finish.
The ease, yeah.
He's a really, really, really high-quality player, Foden.
Well,
and he engineered the comeback today.
He will agree with you, Lance, because in a post-match interview speaking to TNT Sports, he said the first half was the worst I've seen us. Courage and motivation, courage changed it around. This team has great mentality, and it's so nice to see. So he also thinks that the first half was not what he expected from his team. So I guess he took it upon himself to ensure that the second half he rectified what he saw in the first half.
Yeah, sometimes at this level, Mariah, it's not that you go into a game deliberately seeking to underperform or not to perform at your best. But because you're such a quality team and you are accustomed to winning, and the stakes aren't high here because you've already made it to the knockout stages, there was a clear ease in how they approached the game, and Leipzig just woke them up, and then you saw the quality in the second half. So no surprise there that they would have been able to wipe off a 2-0 scoreline, and Man City setting themselves up for a run as repeat champions.
Yeah, looking forward to see how that turns out. Well, over in France, in Group F, French champions Paris Saint-Germain welcomed English club Newcastle. With nothing decided in the group and all teams in shout for a knockout berth, this encounter promised to be an entertaining one. Let's take a look now at how that turned out.
Riley, he's popped in a lovely little cross that hung it up in the air. Gordon. Livramento. Good run by him, could have gone down.
Ooh, lovely feet.
Almiron. Donnarumma's parried it out. Newcastle lead through Isak. 24 minutes gone.
Contest Newcastle. They've looked confident. They've not been scared to push men forward when they've had the chance. And Donnarumma's a top quality keeper to push it back into the danger area. That's not great from him, but Newcastle, Isak, he was on his toes, ready for anything coming his way.
All of them said, we want to stay in Europe, enjoying the adventure so much. But here's Dembele now for PSG. Wends his way towards goal, good save by Pope. Pushed it away to a safe area. Out by young Miley once again. Vitinha, oh, that's handball, is it? Bigger shout this time, look at them, they run towards the referee, Dembele. It's an unseemly chase.
The arm was a bit further up than the previous one for Lewis Miley, so VAR, that's going to be interesting. Oh, it's come off the side of his body onto the arm.
Shouldn't be a penalty then, it's hitting part of his body and onto his arm.
Well, it shouldn't be for me, no, and that is a natural position, he's running.
What's he going to give here? He said it hit the bottom of the arm. Give him a penalty. This is hugely controversial. Mbappe levels. PSG 1, Newcastle United 1. The relief is tangible. He wants to go on for a winner. Cool as you like. Newcastle will feel so bitterly hard done by. But they come away with a famous point on another gripping night for them.
All right, Newcastle manager Eddie Howe saying he cannot express his inner thoughts. He's still trying to process what happened. And Lance, Newcastle players feeling very, very hard done by what happened today. And I'm going to ask you if rightfully so.
You know what? I have sympathy for Newcastle. They worked hard for 90 plus minutes for this result, and they were on the verge of getting the result they wanted. At the end of it, they end up third in the standings at the moment and still uncertain of getting to to the knockout stages. And that VAR decision, unfortunate for me, because if the ball didn't ricochet from the player's body onto his arm, I would accept the view, which is a view that I hate this term about his arm being in an unnatural position, because I don't think there's anything unnatural about that position.
Yeah.
He's playing and his arms are helping to balance him and so on.
Yeah.
So I hate that term, but that's what they say, unnatural position. But it struck his body in the region of his abdomen onto his arm. So there was very little that he could have done about that. So that for me is grossly unfortunate for Newcastle United. Happy for the PSG fans that they got a result here, which they needed.
Yes.
But I think Newcastle getting furious about that VAR ruling is completely understandable, because that was a hard one to take.
All right, well, let's take a look, Lance, at how the group looks right now, Group F, after this result. So we have Dortmund at the top of Group F on a total of 10 points, so they look pretty safe. PSG, after today's result, that 1-1 draw, they have 7 points in second position. Newcastle and AC Milan have the same number of points, 5 each, and it looks really uncertain for them now.
Yeah, you know what, and their goal difference at 0, Newcastle, inferior to the teams ahead of them. So that makes it even more difficult. So this is a very, very hard pill to swallow for Newcastle.
Yeah.
And as I said, because of the time it happened as well, I think the ruling was very, very questionable, but harder to take because it happened so deep in stoppage time, when Newcastle were on the verge of getting 3 points from this match. As it stands now, they're third and in an unstable position as far as the knockout stage is concerned.
Yeah, really, really difficult. And I know even Alexander Isak at the end of the match, saying, well, he didn't see a replay, but at the end of the day, Lance, he has to trust the referee. That's what he said. A lot more confusion than anything. And I'm hoping that, Eddie Howe and his team could find the strength to move forward, because, when it's a make or break match, it's really, really tough. Well, the remaining 6 matches on the day, so let's take a look at that result. We had Lazio defeating Celtic 2-0. Shakhtar Donetsk, that 1-0 win against Antwerp. Dortmund 3 goals in order to beat AC Milan. Barcelona getting the win there, 2-1 against FC Porto. Atletico Madrid 3-1 versus Feyenoord. Manchester City working and digging very, very hard for that 3-2 win against RB Leipzig. A 1-1 draw between PSG and Newcastle. And what about those young boys defeating Red Star Belgrade 2-0? Well, matchday 5 action in the Champions League will continue on Wednesday with 8 additional fixtures. We have Galatasaray playing Manchester United, Sevilla up against PSG, Arsenal play Lens, Bayern Munich against FC Copenhagen, Benfica will be seeing Inter, Braga play Union Berlin, Real Madrid up against Napoli, and Real Sociedad see Salzburg. Manchester United are away to Galatasaray in one of SportsMax's feature match. Ahead of the match, Man United manager Erik ten Hag was in good spirits despite the team's struggles in Europe so far.
We couldn't win away from home. That was an issue. Now we can't win at home. So now we win away games, and now you're bringing up we don't win away games in Europe. We know we can do, and we are confident because the last games away from home in the league, also in very hostile environments, we played very well. We were very calm and composed. This team also last year in Barcelona, so we know how to deal with it, and I'm sure there will be tomorrow a confident team on the pitch.
All right, well, ahead of matchday 5, Manchester United find themselves at the foot of Group A. Lance, anything but a win could see them crushing out of Europe altogether, even missing the Europa League.
Yeah, huge problems here for Manchester United. They have really struggled. And as you said, going into the soundbite there from Ten Hag, he did appear to be in high spirits, which belies the posture of the club at the moment in Europe. So real problems for Man United. And they're up against a team that is gritty. All 4 points that Galatasaray has garnered so far in the group have come from positions when they were trailing in the match. So they're not a team that you just beat. And Man United will be out without Rashford. He's on a red card. And they have some injury issues as well, well, many of them. So it's a tough afternoon for Manchester United. And I think given the current form of the team, all Man United fans would be a little on edge about this fixture because they need a win badly. And at the moment, I don't think I can honestly say that I'm confident that they'll get it.
Is it too much to ask you to predict on your day back, on your first day back?
Man United winning 2-1.
You're just saying that so that the people that hate on you will not hate on you.
I think it would be a good result for them, and I think they can achieve it. But the fact is, I'm not confidently predicting it. I'm just saying that.
You're just saying it.
Yeah, I'm just saying it's a prediction that I would go with, but I wouldn't bet on it because I don't have confidence in Man U at the moment.
But I want you to bet on it so I can get some of your money if you bet and you lose.
You mean if I bet on it, I win? Oh, you mean you would bet me so you could win my money?
Yeah.
Oh, all right. So as a Man City fan, you're confident betting.
Yes.
That's understandable. I can't argue with you.
All right. Well, we'll end this segment on that note. And when we come back, we'll see what the producer has in store for us. Maybe interactive.